Hello and welcome back to Exchanges, the Alex Martin podcast. Today's guest is the youngest that we've had so far, a rising talent, an apprentice of one of the biggest real estate investment firms on the planet, would you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Please welcome the very own Mary-Felicia Gomez. Have I pronounced that correctly?
That was correct.
It's an unbelievable name.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Thanks for coming today.
I'm glad to be
We
here.
want to get to know all about you.
Okay.
Alex tells me you're in a very unique position and you've taken a very unique path to where you are at now.
Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
And what are you currently doing day to day?
So at the moment, I am towards the end of my degree apprenticeship. I had decided to take an untraditional route into property, and I am now in my 4th year. So I started working in estate agents, but now obviously working for CBRE, doing a degree level apprenticeship. So my day to day is uni life and work life, just building my experience.
Which uni?
So it's an online university. It's called the University of the Built Environment. So it's very different again as well. So I don't actually go on campus for my studies, but the Uni of the Built Environment literally focuses on built environment focused degrees. So from like surveying, construction, I'm doing real estate management. So like I cover different things from valuations, property management, investment, properties. Like it's always basically anything, and also property law. So it gives me good.
How did you make the jump from an estate agent, I presume on some sort of high street, somewhere local to where you live probably, to CBRE?
So it was literally in the time of sixth form, and everyone wanted to go to uni traditionally, but I was like, that's not a bit of me. I don't want to go that way. And also because I already knew that I didn't want to take that jump if I didn't know what I wanted to do. So real estate was on my mind, and I thought in order to actually know if it's for me, I should get experience. So it was exam season, and I decided to go to estate agents, give them my CVs. No one got back to me, and I was working at a catering role in a hospital, and a lady was literally like to me, what do you want to do? And I said property, and she was like, coincidentally my daughter's company that she works for are looking for someone as a weekend negotiator role. So I was like, that's amazing. Applied, got the role, and I thought for career progression I didn't want to just work at an estate agent, so I felt like there was more to property. I met surveyors because they'd come into the office, and I was always curious, like, what on earth is surveying? And that's how I then did a bit of research and discovered the apprenticeship route.
Were you academic?
Yeah, you must have been.
I got decent grades, and I was actually surprised with my grades, I'm not going to lie. But
What's decent grade? All nines?
I got, like, for A-levels, I got A-star BB.
Okay, so you're smart. So you could have gone the traditional route, gone and got a
Yeah.
degree,
Yeah.
and then that's what I did. I went to East London University, got the degree. I wasn't smart, mind, but I got the degree and then went into working profession to do my APC.
But I was like, university is not for me. One thing that put me off was like just the uni kitchens, if I'm honest.
Oh
like,
my God, they're
just
grim.
going on TikTok and seeing that, I was like, no.
Nah, have you been to like visit friends at uni?
I have now, yeah, and like it's literally the same
I
thing.
can't
and
believe
I'm
the
like,
way that they live.
No, did you go to uni?
I've been to Nottingham, Birmingham,
Nottingham,
Leeds.
same.
I don't want to bring this down to
Wrong.
race, but every black girl I know goes off to uni and looks at how white people or how the white kids live,
Really?
and they go, I can't do it. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying this as a white man. I can't believe the way that they live. It is. There's like the floors are sticky. There's
Yeah, I couldn't do
shit
that.
everywhere. It's just disgusting.
I'm
like
good,
I
thanks.
don't know how they live like that.
No, and I've come from a family where we look after our things. We're very clean and everything is well looked after. So I just couldn't jump from that to also because I was used to working as well. And I was like, well, I felt like experience over the technical knowledge. I feel like in order for you to do something, you need to practice it. So it's like you can't ride a bike by reading a book. You need to do it. So I was like, yeah, university was not the route for me.
And you find, sorry, let me say it again. The childish nature, they are kids let wild, aren't they? And if you've got a more mature attitude to life, being in that circle can be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think so. I think like obviously you got freshers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not really a party person like that unless if it's for an occasion.
Mm.
So I felt like I would have been wasting my time a bit. Like, and I know I want to progress a bit quicker. If I knew, because I knew the apprenticeship existed, I was like, I would much rather just get more quicker into the industry. And obviously, I'm still doing university, but it's a different way of doing my university route.
So what are your roots then, ethnically, and where did you grow up, and who are your parents? And
So my family's from the Gambia and Guinea-Bissau,
Okay.
so that's West Africa. And I grew up in Camden. I was born in Camden, so North London, hence the supporting Arsenal. And literally all my life grew up in Camden, but then we moved out to like the East Midlands when I was in like year 7, year 8. So then that was a bit different where I'm literally was used to city life. London's so diverse, it's so nice, like growing up in London. Then moving out to the East Midlands, it was more countryside vibe. Parents were born in West Africa. Me and my 2 of my other siblings were from London, born in London, but one of my siblings was born in West Africa. So I literally went there for the first time last year in March. But yeah, born and bred in London.
Was education something that your parents were really keen on you doing? Because
Yeah.
21 years old, you're actually freaking me out a little bit because the way that you speak is very, like, very mature.
Is it? You are looking at me like...
I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like you're like 30. Don't look 30, but the way that you speak is like you're very eloquent and you just seem very proper.
Thank
Do you get that a lot?
I get
Do
told that
you
a
meet
lot.
people that work at like seniors at CBRE and they say like, wow, you are like an up and coming star?
Yeah, I do get that a lot. It's not something I like really boast about, but I do get that a lot. Like often people think I'm older than I am, and more for like maturity perspective.
were your parents professional?
So they've worked really hard all their life, like for the council, NHS.
Okay.
So it's like because they've got that hard working ethic, that's naturally rolled onto me. And I think they've always reminded me like to keep working hard and that they're proud of me as well. So I feel like not so much of a harsh pressure where it's like if you don't do this, we're gonna disown you or something. It was more encouraging. So I feel like I always give like props to my parents, like big up them.
Yeah, they've done a good job.
Yeah, I have.
It's
Wait,
helped.
so how deep into your university degree are you?
So I'm now in my 4th year, so literally final year. I'm literally going to go into my last semester soon and graduate in October. And then when you're doing your chartered surveying, you do your APC. So that's going to be next year in spring.
Yeah.
I'll sit that.
So can you explain it to me like I'm an idiot because I am an idiot?
Of course, yeah.
What is the Of course,
Joking.
yeah. What is the
I'm
difference
joking.
in the route that you've taken
Yeah.
compared to the traditional route? Why is it so obscure, like Alex was saying to me
You
beforehand?
can't get into the commercial. Well, you can't get into I'd say the commercial property game without a degree in land management. But she's already in the system without that degree.
And are you the pioneer in this?
In which way?
Like, do you think other people will look at you and be inspired by the path that you've taken and decide not to go down the traditional route and do what you've done?
And is the apprenticeship scheme a very new thing? Because I hadn't heard about it, or is it just social media that's made me hear about
So
it?
I'd say one thing is that there wasn't much information, or I guess so in terms of like young people understanding the other routes out there, they often turn to social media to see what other people have done, see their experiences so that they can feel confident to make that choice. So when I was applying, there was no content in terms of other ways of getting into property other than just being an estate agent. Like that was the only real understanding that most young people had of property. So since doing my apprenticeship, I have made content online and shared the experience, and it has now opened a big gate of where people now know that they can do an apprenticeship in property.
Yeah.
So that's really a pivot I've made in my personal branding. But the difference with being an apprentice versus going to uni is it's literally a fast track where instead of you having to wait till you finish your degree to get a graduate job, you're essentially doing that graduate job whilst you're doing your degree. So your employer will sponsor your degree, so you won't even have to do any like SFE application or get student loan because you're getting paid for whilst you're working, and then you'll have a certain time allocated to study. So like I do 4 days a week working, 1 day studying, And essentially, you are doing uni. So sometimes you can go on campus or you can do it online, like me,
Where's the campus located?
Reading.
Oh.
But it's like they don't even have a proper campus. So our university is solely online, like, and it's also international. So the students logging in from like other countries as well.
Yeah.
It's
Do
so
you
cool.
bond with any of your other students, or are you you do? Yeah, so there's a community
A
there.
bit, yeah.
You must be quite famous amongst them
famous.
because you do the online stuff, and they must see all of it.
They do, and I feel like everyone's really supportive and like they're like proper like, oh, you're doing really great. It's inspired other people to do something similar and have a voice out there. But I've always been really creative, so I was like, this is it was a gap in the market in terms of talking about ways to get into property straight after school without going to be an estate agent or without going to uni. So yeah, I was just like, I started it, it went well, and I was like, let me continue sharing my journey as I go
Yeah.
throughout the degree and work.
Who inspired you to pick up the camera and start filming?
Got my camera over here. Who inspired me? I don't know. Like when I was younger, like 7 years old, I got my first phone and I made like a YouTube video, like, hey guys, here I am
We've all done
unboxing
it.
my thing.
I haven't.
No, you're maybe
There was black and white
generation
TV when I was
before, yeah.
7, yeah.
But now we've all got that one video on YouTube, and we were like 6.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
Yeah. That's probably exactly how I sounded.
Was there any like content creators back then that you watched and you were like, oh, I want to
Maybe
be?
like them. There was loads of YouTubers I used to watch, but trying to think back, like OG creators, they weren't in property. It was just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your
of course
funny
not.
creators.
But like, yeah.
When I was a bit older, obviously not 7, but like Nella Rose, she's on YouTube.
She went on I'm a Celebrity. I
Yeah,
think.
she did. Yeah. There's so many. I can't think right now. Like you had like Zoella. You had people from America. I watched a lot of American.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Do
it
you
was
look
more
at
the
it and think
Americans.
competition, or you don't care?
Not really. No, I feel like everyone's on their own path, and like I feel like it's never too saturated. Like as long as you've got your niche and you're confident about it,
Mm-hmm.
you can go online and create that your community.
And what do you call your niche?
My niche is young people wanting to break into property.
Okay.
A bit of reality of just real life, traveling, and just being your kind of like career bestie and like taking you.
You didn't mention
through it all.
being a woman. You didn't mention being black. Is that
Yeah,
part of your
true.
niche?
That's also part of my niche, like Black women representation in the property industry as well. Being young too, it's like just showing that young Black women can also go into property.
I'm sure that there's so many people that are inspired by that,
Yeah, there is. There's
which must
loads.
feel so good.
It does, and it's really nice because I actually have done mentoring as well through being online, and I've actually assisted a lot of young people with getting roles in big firms too. So I'm in the process of creating an ebook as well, and I was always giving like free gems here and there, but then I was like, let me do one-to-one basis because I get dozens of messages every day saying, how did you do it? I made a YouTube video, and that did really well. But people still asking me, so I'm like, do you want to hop on a call? And I just did calls with people. I've stopped that for now because I've got a lot going on with like my APC and work.
Yeah, how do you have the time? If you're working and trying to get the APC, do you have a social life?
I do, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like you've got to live life, like chop life, or life will chop you, honestly. That's what people say.
Love it.
So I have a good balance. Like, I have my study day on Fridays, and then I have my weekend. So it's like I've always got something going on the weekend, like friends' birthdays, family, traveling. My kind of thing is going abroad and just like seeing the world.
Where'd you like going?
Anywhere. Like I'm going skiing in April for the first time.
I'm doing it for the first time in March.
No
I'm
way.
jealous. I want to
Yeah.
go skiing badly. Where are you going?
Norway.
Norway.
Yeah, there's something called Soft Life Ski. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's on Instagram, and they basically do like a big ski trip, and you can get a ticket, and it's just like the party, skiing, and it's just so fun.
I want to do. Where are you going?
Italy.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, gel.
Yeah.
Although apparently snowboarding is way cooler.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I'm too old, but I'm going to give it a
It's
go.
just the first time.
Yeah.
Have you done lessons?
Nothing.
You should do lessons.
How can you do lessons?
There's indoor
I've got the lessons
skiing.
booked. I'm taking my
What,
my 5
there?
kids with me, and 2 of them are old.
Wow.
So 2 of them are taking their fellas as well. So it's a big trip.
Oh wow,
You
that'd be
can
fun.
do ski lessons in Milton Keynes or Hemel Hempstead.
Yeah.
They have indoor snow.
Tell a lie, I
sports.
did once go to Milton Keynes many
Yeah.
years ago, and you have to say to go on. You had to say I could ski, and I went up there, and by the time I got to the bottom, he went, "You ain't skied, have you?" And I went, "Just been a while." It took me like half an hour to get down to the bottom. I was
my
terrible.
God.
Well, that's interesting. I want to travel as well. I want to see the world, but I feel like it's on social media. I live on social media.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Yeah, if you do as well, you'll see like so many people are just everywhere basically, and I wonder how do they, one, get the time to do it, and 2, afford it. It's like people are just constantly away, and I just don't understand how they're doing it.
I feel like you just gotta put a bit of money aside, or like you can always like do things like payment plans and stuff, so you plan way in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably should look
You should
into
do
that.
that.
I'm
It's
a
good to travel the
lastminute.com guy.
world. True.
So what's the
Travel
next step
fund.
once you finish your APC? Am I
Mhm.
correct in saying that?
Mhm.
This next semester, what is your life going to be looking like in a year for 365 days from now? Where do you see yourself?
So essentially, what really determines where you go is the experience you've had on the apprenticeship. So you get to rotate. Some companies do it differently, where you stay in one team throughout the whole 4.5 years. So the length of my apprenticeship is 4.5 years. But with where I'm working now, I get to rotate into different teams. So I'm on the residential pathway. So I started in new homes. So that was me selling like new home developments in central London and around. And then I did build to rent. And that was just working for build to rent operators, literally going out there doing viewings, leasing really nice residences where it's like amenity led. You've got a nice gym, co-working lounge. Then I did private clients, and that was more working with ultra high net worth, so helping them acquire assets, helping them sell assets, and giving them strategic advice on like their portfolios. And now I'm in valuations, so that's literally valuing property for like financial auditing purposes. If a bank wants to lend money, we would do it for lending purposes, so like loan security valuations. And I get to do it for different types of residential property, so like or living property, so student accommodation, housing, affordable housing, prime central London, single family housing. So it's like really varied. So because that's my experience, where I'm going to be in a year's time I have to use all that experience to my strengths to go to a team where I can add value to and that I'll be happy in. And I have to basically like kind of go through an interview style process internally and express my interest.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get to choose your top few options, and just it's all about networking and like letting the teams know you're interested. And then technically from September this year, I should be in my newly qualified seat.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so
That'd be
it's like
amazing.
now is the time to have these coffees
Yeah.
and decide. And literally now I'm doing my pros and cons list of like the different teams I want to go into.
I'm going to go on a little rant. My frustration is you're a stunning woman and you are going to succeed in whatever you do. It's so resi focused, and the property market is so much wider than that.
Yeah, commercial.
And if you came over to my side, it's not just, it can be residential development, but you're looking at sites and you're working out, is it a resi development site, or is the existing use value worth more? Can we put a tenant in there and create an investment within it and turn it? And so I see the whole ecosystem, from something getting near to the market to watching propcos turn it into profit. You're not seeing that side, and the stuff I see on social media with you looks amazing, it looks glamorous, and I'm thinking, but are you doing well? Because you're being promoted a little bit of fluff, and I know you're far more than that. I would love you on my side, because there's no one like you on the commercial side that I see, and I think you could make serious waves.
That's a really nice point to make, because obviously there is a lot more to property than just residential,
Yeah.
and also that's links to like my first, or many people's first thoughts of property is residential estate agency. What's great is that with the company I'm in, because it's commercial led mainly, is, for example, one of my experiences in like private clients, I got to work a bit more cross sector. So working with like sheds, like industrial logistics teams, hotels teams. But I would really like to get more into that investment properties angle. So a part of me is thinking maybe I get a bit of experience there for a few months or 6 months or so, and then go to my newly qualified seat. So that's the combos I'm having now. And yeah, part of me, I really do love residential, but I feel like you said, commercial is super interesting as well. So I'm always having those combos
Unless
with people.
Netflix picks you up, yeah, and you get your own series.
Yeah.
Oh, well, as in for residential?
Well, no, I'm just saying social media, and
Oh,
you catch their eye.
You could get a little show, maybe.
Yeah.
maybe.
Would that be? Is that on the goal list?
Not on the goal list necessarily, like, oh, I want to be on a show. I feel like I'm, as much as I like share my journey and stuff, I'm not like a show off or anything. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
I'm always trying to add value.
Yeah.
I don't like boast it too much, although I'm proud of where I've gone. But there's a lot of things I'd love to do. Like I want to continue with the socials, defo.
Yeah.
Opportunities have came from it left, right, and centre. Like I've won awards. I'm here talking to you today. I started my own podcast as well, centered around real estate.
Do you think that when you're more in the circle of seniorism, professionalism, not that you're not a professional, but you're still at the university stage. I don't know if you'd be allowed to say this, but do you think they'll be keeping more of an eye on what content goes out and what you're allowed to say and whatnot?
So I think naturally, like being in a corporate firm and you're like out there on social media, they may obviously you want to make sure you're presenting yourself in the best light, because I feel like if you're saying the wrong things, it can negatively affect your reputation. So I make sure to be updated with like policies within the company, let them know and be aware of what I'm doing that may be of a concern that they should be aware of. So it's just about like acting within like the guidelines and respecting it as well. And like I never breach any confidential like boundaries or anything. Like if there's anything, for example, I worked in private clients, that's really discreet with what we're dealing with. So I won't just whip out my phone and do a day in the life. Like I'll save the day in the life to the more social type of days. And then if I want to talk about the things I do, I could do a bit more of an educational sit down talking video away from the work environment, if that makes sense.
What do you think your superpower is? How do you stand out from the rest? How have you got to where you are?
My superpower? That's a good question. I think it's just being authentically me, and I always say this to my friends, like when they overthink about things, I'm just like, I don't care. Like I've kind of got an I don't care mindset in terms of if I know I'm on the way to where I'm wanting to go, and obviously you naturally will get nervous and you may think you're not deserving of being in certain rooms. But it's about being confident within yourself to like put yourself into those uncomfortable positions. So I have the mindset where it's like, yes, this is uncomfortable, but I don't care because it's gonna get me to where I want to go to. So I'd say that's my superpower of having that mindset.
I think you're pretty unstoppable.
Thank you.
The social media side, the property market is generally always behind the curve and very slow. And the fact that you're young and you're already doing it. I mean, look at like Daniel Daggers. Yeah, I mean, he put it out there, and look where he's gone. He's an absolute household name. You know Daniel, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You know Daniel.
Heard of him?
But there you go. So it's the way to go, and you're bringing you're a different package. So keep doing what you're going to do. Opportunity is going to knock.
Does it frustrate you that she's not on your side?
Yeah,
I'd
I can
love to
tell
know
he's
that.
like,
Yeah.
you should not be in residential.
Yeah.
Why are you not on our side? I can
Yeah.
Does it
tell
annoy you?
are.
Well, it annoys me in the whole industry. I look around and there's so few women, let alone black women. And it's like, I've got 5 black kids, and it's like, I will be banging the drum, prove yourself, go out there, work hard. And you don't have to be that bit of fluff. Actually prove it, show you've got substance, which you've got. And we need them.
Why is there a lack of women in property? I mean, women are smarter than men. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, we can give them that, and then we can give that like men are stronger, and we can make it like even. Why are there not more women working in an industry where you need to be pretty switched on and pretty clever? Like, why?
I do think it will go in your favour, but there is the banter and the boys' network. Don't know. You tell me.
surprised there are not enough women.
Yeah.
That's such a
Did you
strong
have any fears, or you're
question.
just fearless?
I didn't have fears, I kind of was just like, obviously going into rooms which is different. Like I literally came from sixth form going into a big corporate world. Obviously I was a bit nervous, but I was like, this is gonna be the pivotal movement in my career to gain as much knowledge as I can and learn from people who've been in the industry many years. Obviously when I go into certain rooms, not everyone looks like me, but it's about me representing my people and like young black women or just black women in the most positive way I can. So it's like, obviously some people may naturally have a stereotype, but it's about me being authentically myself, and naturally that can positively change people's mindsets if they do have a negative perception. I guess sometimes maybe it is a fear that women have of being different in a room. Maybe
When
that's
you
what
walk
stops
into a
people.
corporate event and there's 100 people in that room, are you looking for the black face?
Not really. I'm
That's a
just
good
there
answer,
like,
yeah.
I'm here to do what I have to do,
Yeah.
and I don't really look at it like that.
I have to say, I feel like
Obviously I may notice it,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm like, oh, that's what I'm looking for.
when it comes to stereotypes, I think if someone spoke to you for 15 seconds,
Yeah.
they'd drop any sort of stereotype that you're a woman or that you're black. I think they would just think that you're excellent and you're here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's
have you
literally
ever
what I do.
seen someone that might have been looking at you across the room thinking, "Oh, who's this person?" And then you speak to them, and then they just change. They're like, "Whoa, whoa."
Yeah, I have actually, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that? Have people ever stereotyped you as like a little? I don't know. You're not that big. As like stereotyped you as maybe someone that's a bit too professional because you look like you're professional, and then when you speak, you just keep it real.
I don't know. I mean, I think when 10 years ago it was probably self-inflicted. I didn't have the same confidence, but now I've done it and I'm financially secure and I've got a growing business. Your confidence grows and you just keep it more real. You don't have to try so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the aura.
What advice would you give? Because I'm actually interested to know as well.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to someone that is just looking to be different from the rest? Because I think a lot of people are very scared to come out of their comfort zone, especially nowadays with social media and people taking the piss out of them and everything like that.
Yeah.
How do you brush past that?
Or like literally, I think it's just like I said, like being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and realizing you can't always be in your most comfortable zone if you want to further yourself and get further than you are currently today. So it's about also, if you feel like you're lacking knowledge somewhere, like upskilling yourself too, because if you think you know it all, you'll go into a room and you'll easily be humbled too. So it's like, if you're more confident in what you understand and what you know, that will also help you feel more confident. Whereas if you're going into something no understanding at all, like for example, when you're doing when you're applying for apprenticeships, you have to go through a process like online application, assessment center, and with like an interview as well. So it's like understanding what are they even looking for in a candidate before you apply will help you not make a fool out of yourself. So it's like that's a similar example of me making sure I'm fully aware of what I'm getting myself into before I step in. Like when I have meetings, if I'm as an apprentice, I may easily just have the mindset of, okay, let me just sit there and listen in and see what they're going to talk about. But if I know we're talking with a particular client, I can just do a quick Google search on the client, see what's the latest news on the client, and then maybe I'll have a question on like something that's recently happened that's relevant to the conversation, and then I can have input, and that will make me stand out. So it's like getting yourself fully aware of what you're getting yourself into before you go.
Who do you look up to, or who do you go to get advice from? Because we're talking to you like you're the oracle.
Yeah.
But, wow, you're what, 21, did you say?
Yeah.
So you must look up to someone or get
role
advice.
models.
Yeah.
J. Cole.
Is that yours?
No, he made a song called Role Model.
Oh, yeah. I was literally listening to a J. Cole song on the way here.
New album.
It was just Love Yours.
Okay.
It's just that
True.
iconic song. But people I look up to my mum. Absolutely love and adore my mum. She's amazing. Despite her not maybe being in property, although her and my dad have built a house in the Gambia.
Nice.
So she already has some sort of like, she knows property clearly.
Yeah.
to do that. She's really confident. She doesn't take nonsense from no one. Whereas, like, if you're going to talk zodiac signs and all that kind of stuff, she's more the confident side, and I'm like a Cancer, so it's like you're more on the emotional side. So growing up, I was like a proper crybaby, but I think even my siblings and like my parents helped me to be more confident over the time. So if I'm going through something, I'll call my mum and be like, "What do you think?" Get her opinion. And also, there are people online that I look up to. Like there's an American lady. Her name is Kiana Watson. She's a black lady and she works in like luxury real estate, and she's got an amazing personal brand, and I love watching her content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned something in there that I'm actually a little bit skeptical about.
What, the zodiac thing?
Personally, I think that it is absolute bullshit.
Nonsense. I honestly, I don't lead life like zodiac signs. I'm gonna judge you because you're this or Pisces.
Some
I
people
just
do,
threw
though.
that in there.
Yeah.
Some people do.
I know.
Are you educated on all of it?
I know about like my own zodiac sign, and like sometimes maybe like when you go through life and you clash with people, just curious, like what is the star sign? And then maybe you repetitively have a clash with someone the same star sign, you're like, oh, that's interesting. But
Yeah.
that's how like I'm knowledgeable in it.
The way that I look at it is like if you look up Aquarius traits, yeah, and it's like
It can apply to anyone.
Yeah.
it's like loving, friendly, warm,
Someone can be the opposite.
and then it's like Adolf Hitler was an Aquarius.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's just an
Yeah.
example.
Okay.
But like, then I was like, how does that all of that make sense?
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
We
maybe
went off
that's
a tangent.
we won't debate about that. What are some audacious goals that you have that might sound ridiculous, but you genuinely believe that you can achieve? Because I think right now,
Yeah.
I think you'll do a TED talk at some point.
Ooh. Coincidentally, on Tuesday, I'm going to see the like owner of, or like the CEO of TED Talk. There's an event that my friend literally messaged me about yesterday saying, "Hey, do you want to go see the owner of TED Talk? There's an event." I was like, "Sure." So maybe that might motivate me to do a TED Talk.
I see you doing it, 100%.
Really. There's like an EG Future Leaders that they do for young people in the built environment, commercial resi. And one person I do the apprenticeship with, he did something like that. It's kind of a TED Talk style
Yeah.
type of thing. At the time, I don't think I was in the mindset to do it, but maybe I would. That might be my first step into getting a bit of experience.
Any
What do you-
audacious goals?
Yes. We've got my podcast, so I would like to have a podcast with millions of listeners.
Yeah.
I would like to consistently do deals as well, of like luxury homes, and also just kind of being a middleman or middle woman where I can connect people to the right professionals. So also, like we said, in the commercial world as well, what's great is I know many commercial seniors or people that are in commercial real estate where I've built these relationships and it's just natural rapport. And I'd love to be a middle woman, so helping anyone with any of their real estate needs, if it's resi, if it's commercial, if it's just finding a lawyer. I'd love to be a great connector, and just be a trusted advisor. As soon as someone thinks Mary-Felicia, they're like, yeah, I would love to reach out to her for my real estate needs.
You don't have to answer this.
Also, but another audacious goal.
Yeah? Which one?
Just like literally changing things for my family as well in terms of generational wealth, and literally just have another level of financial freedom where no one in my family has to think about money as any barrier to anything.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
That
agree
is-
with that.
that
That's
is-
one of mine.
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
audacious goal.
Fuck, I'd like that too.
Change things.
Gotta work harder. You don't have to answer this, but you come across as someone that is very sure of themselves. You know what you're good at. Is there anything that you want to improve on?
Improving.
Whether it's personality trait or how, I don't know, anything that you think that you could do better, because to me it seems like you've pretty much got it all.
Not necessarily. I feel like because I'm balancing a lot, sometimes I can literally work better under time pressure, where sometimes I might leave for example, you've got I'm balancing university, I've got work, so it's like I'll maybe focus on one thing head on first mainly, and then I've got something else I've got to get into. So I think maybe that's something I could improve.
Time management.
Time management a bit, although
Time
I feel
management
like
is
I'm still
tough.
good, but it's like everyone can improve at that.
Time management is unless you're being a lazy shit,
Matt?
you know, yeah, me.
Yeah.
Then you're pretty much all right. I mean,
It's prioritizing. That's all it is.
yeah, and
Yeah,
discipline. You're very disciplined.
I would say so. Yeah.
Do you exercise? Get up in the morning, do that.
I do exercise. Maybe I could exercise more. So
Mm.
it's things like my routine, maybe like getting a better routine, which I think naturally will happen. Something
As you get financially secure, you're going to do it, aren't you?
exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
Do you see yourself
Must.
living in this country forever?
I want to live in different countries for sure. So I would like to have a base here, but be able to move around and have different bases around the world, if that makes sense.
I'm just throwing questions at you here. What is your favourite aspect of what you do? What do you wake up and think, I can't wait to do this specific thing, this task?
I think because at the end of the day, I work with teams, like I'm working as a team. So a key thing would be making sure I'm not letting the team down. That's something wait, was it look forward to? Or
Yeah, look forward to. I look forward to letting the team down.
for looking forward to. I think just making the most of the day and getting everything I need to get done. That's one thing.
No, but in specific to what you do.
With real estate.
Yeah, with real estate, like,
Okay.
what do you love about what you do?
Okay. What I love is the success that comes with meeting the goals of our clients. I look forward to getting over new hurdles because like literally no day is the same. So that's the thing. It's like you don't know what the next day is gonna come with. So that's something I really love and look forward to. Like what's today going to bring? Also the type of clients I could work with. Yeah.
My answer to that would have been I was a deal junkie. So it's doing the deal, but
Yeah.
everybody being happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And you create that buzz. They wanted to buy it. They wanted to sell it. Everyone thinks they got a good deal. Everyone's buzzing, and then I buzz.
Is that rare?
It shouldn't be.
Usually someone gets.
Yeah. I don't know. Usually, I think in the current market, it does get a bit miserable. But so it has got harder. Yeah.
What is there
I'd
anything?
agree.
Is there anything that scares you post degree? Something that you're a little bit like,
That's a
oh,
good
this is
question.
going to be tough.
I think that's literally what's been on my mind recently because I'm having to decide what I want to do and thinking of the pros and cons list. Something that makes me nervous is obviously within my experience, I haven't really been in a really bad crash or like a property market crash. Obviously, we've seen like things with like the budget and like in the resi world, you've got renters' rights, that's all this stuff. Millionaire migration that is affecting the UK market. So something that scares me a little bit is what is the market going to look like? Is that going to affect my ability to perform to the standard I'd love to? But then again, everyone's always looking for property, whether that's for business purposes or to live in or your personal use. So that's a way that I remind myself not to be too scared of that.
You've got nothing to worry about. You're too entrepreneurial, and you've got property, and you've got the social media angle. Opportunity will come knocking.
Thank you. I hope so.
Cool.
But that's my nerves. I can't lie. Like in terms of just market
I mean, you have the same
certainty
nerves,
sometimes.
didn't you? You're at that kind of tipping point with your own thing, and you're starting to really kick on. But there were periods where you're like, "Am I just being a muppet sitting behind a mic doing this?"
Yeah, I mean, I think my biggest issue was looking at other people and thinking like, how did they get there and how am I going to get there?
Yeah. You're both so young, and you're just too close to the cliff face, and you just got to step away, look where you were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and say, all right, let's not worry about it. Let's keep doing what I'm doing because I'm talented. Opportunity will come, and it will. You've got talent. You guys have got nothing to worry about. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's mad. I feel, I don't know if it's the same with you, but I feel like years go by so quick, but then when you look back, I sent that video to Richard the other day, the one where I my audition, the thing, and that was 3 years ago.
Wow.
And 3 years ago it was gone like that But in those 3 years, look at what has happened. Do you ever look back and think like, oh my God, that year went so quick? But then you
Yeah.
look back on the year and think, oh my God, I did so much.
Yeah.
So much has changed.
It's
I'm
true.
going to show you that video later of him. It's just
Okay.
amazing. To apply for the job, he just created a video. And all he was a name to me. And someone would say, you need to employ this guy. He's got something different. He came to the interview and he just handed me a video selling my company. And it was just so
Oh, I want to see this.
off key, different, weird, but it was so funny. And I was like, yeah, you've got to come.
And it was a car crash. I was so bad at my job. I mean, I didn't even.
Was he?
How do you describe me usually?
I always say it was like having a puppy in the office. Yeah, you are
But every
great
once in
fun
a
having
while.
you around, absolutely hilarious. But you turn your back and you're peeing on the carpet.
Yeah. I was just like,
Damn.
I just did the most outrageous things. But I think that I was just finding my calling, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's the thing as well. Like, yeah, finding your calling for everything. Also, like the consistency that you've got to put forward for, like, for example, socials. You can't like just go ghost, and like if you want to get more people within like your audience and attract the type of followers that you want to, you need to be consistent, be
Yeah.
different. So it's also like, am I being consistent enough? Am I posting enough? Am I creating videos that are relevant to what people actually want to hear? Am I doing things that are a bit too aesthetic? Am I doing things that are a bit too many talking videos? Am I not doing enough? Am I coming across too corporate? Am I showing enough of my personal life? So it's always those questions.
Yeah.
Like,
Does this sound like your head?
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah.
But then I came to the realization, and you said it earlier, just no one cares.
No one literally cares.
No one cares.
I
Like
always say this.
I can literally wear a dress right now in this, and yeah, people would think that's weird. Why is he wearing a dress? But then 10 minutes later, they get a call from their missus, and the missus is having a go at them, and they don't
They're
care.
not going to remember that at all.
They're not gonna remember it.
Literally.
And I think like with content, you could upload a shit video, you might think it's rubbish,
But then that's the one that works the best.
or people might think, oh, that was rubbish, and then they're on to the next thing. It's like just no one cares in life. That's what's helped me again stop like worrying about like falling off the tipping point. Is that I've got so much time. I'm so young, and no one really gives a shit. I can just chuck stuff at the wall, and it will eventually work.
Yeah, I think also reminding yourself that there's so many more years ahead of you where you can change things if you don't want to go this one route. Whereas, like, I think another thing that nerves me a bit is the responsibility I have in making the right choice now, because once I finish my apprenticeship program, I'll be do my APC, I'll be a chartered surveyor, and depending on what team or avenue I decide to take as a chartered surveyor, that's going to kind of determine where I will be in 5 years. Or maybe it's like, did I get all the exposure I wanted as the apprentice before becoming a newly qualified surveyor? So that's like my brain right now, and I've literally been ranting to
You guys
everyone
don't have to worry
this.
about. I'm 53. Yeah. If we went back to my early 30s, I wasn't in the property game. I'd got out, and I was honestly in a shitload of bother and broke with 3 kids, and that's how I got back into property. I went and worked for a resi agent, just hand in my CV, and I worked 6 months for a resi agent, and managed to get back in the commercial game. So I was nowhere and basically bankrupt at 33. Yeah, you guys 21, 23, already flying. Yeah, there's so much time.
Yeah. Do you ever appreciate or acknowledge so many people your age just don't know what to do with their lives?
Yeah.
And you've got this unbelievable headache where you're doing this qualification, and then you've got so many options, so many avenues to go down. And people are at university your age, and they're doing a course that they've realised they don't like, and it's not going to lead to anything. Do you feel lucky, or do you feel deserving that you're in this position?
I feel a bit of both. I feel like because the apprenticeship process is so competitive now, it's like so hard to get into. And I feel like I've done everything I needed to do to get to where I was. I feel like it wasn't just because often something that's quite interesting is when it comes to recruitment in like companies and stuff, sometimes they make it look like diversity is just a tick box exercise. And often it is that way most of the time with some companies. However, I feel like although I am a young woman, I'm black, I have the understanding, I have the knowledge, I have the determination that is required for the role. So I feel very deserving to have the role that I have got. I feel very deserving to get all the experience I have had and made the connections that I have had as well. So I definitely feel deserving. I feel like obviously I made these decisions for a reason. I feel like every choice I've made, I've always had a like pros and cons list. I've always thought, is this the right choice for me? Do I want to go into it? And I kind of just went into it just because. So it's like I strategically decided like these different decisions I've made,
Yeah.
and I thought about it before making them. So I
Was there
definitely
any
feel well
element of
deserved.
faith there?
Huh?
Was that-
Yeah, definitely as well. So that's in terms of the luck perspective. I still feel lucky or just highly favored because I also do have faith, and I just believe that like no weapon formed against me will prosper, and there's always God protecting me wherever I go. Like I do a prayer every morning on the way to work. If I'm not saying the prayer, I'll listen to one, like a 5-minute prayer, just to know that, just like that peace of mind. I always like, I don't overthink too much. I just know that everything's going to work out how it's
Yeah.
meant to.
You
I'm
think
not
everything happens for a
pessimistic.
reason?
Yeah, I think that too. I'm not pessimistic. I'm just optimistic. So it's like, I'm never feeling like, oh no, I don't deserve to be here, putting
Yeah.
myself down.
With that attitude, that's how you generate your own luck, in my opinion.
Yeah, accountability.
Yeah.
Everything is your fault, good or bad.
Mm.
You can't point fingers at anyone. So you know that if you've got to somewhere, it's your fault. If you fucked up, it's your fault.
Mm.
I think that's the best mindset to have, probably.
Can I ask back?
Or protection from
You
that.
got into the apprenticeship scheme, but I don't know how you, because I never saw it. So how did you see it? Was it advertised in the Evening Standard or whatever? How did you find it?
So with finding the apprenticeship scheme, firstly it was that that knowledge barrier of not even understanding what a surveyor was. So
Yeah.
the first step was I met surveyors in the office. They came to do like some property inspections, and I then asked them questions. Do you like what you do? What do you do? And then I did a quick Google search to learn more about surveying. There was information online about the different types of surveyors. And then I realized it was a lot more to just trying to be the branch manager of an estate agency. And naturally, spoke to a careers advisor in the sixth form I was at and said, I'm curious if there's apprenticeships in property. She didn't know. So she just suggested have a look online. Had a look online. But what I did was I just searched the top real estate firms in the UK, because I also really strive for excellence. So I wanted to be knowledgeable of where the top ones are, because I actually worked in an estate agents in the Midlands. So it was very much countryside, like really small town. It wasn't like London. And I coincidentally just went on the career pages of these company websites, and it was just perfect timing in terms of applications for apprenticeships.
Okay.
And then I did a bit more of a deep dive. You've got the government website that also mention like the careers that there are in property sometimes, apprenticeships from like building surveying, quantity surveying, and more the corporate pathway, residential, commercial. So I applied for 3 different firms that I focused on. One of them, there was another one I applied for, and it did like a video style interview because the different companies do different processes. I hated that interview. Like I absolutely did so bad in that. It's basically where you have like a couple minutes to answer a question that pops up on the screen, and it's recording you. So it's like, it's not a person, it's just a question and a video recording you. You've got like 1 minute to answer it. No time to think, just straight question. And I literally like paused and was not for me at all. But I did get 2 offers from 2 top firms. I declined one, and then I've now decided to choose, not now, but then I chose CBRE, which I'm now
Okay, so
working
it's not shouted about. You went and found it. You just
Yeah.
Googled and done your research and got the
Is it
opportunity.
purposefully not shouted about?
I don't think so. I think maybe it's, you know how social media is now. I feel like young people look for things on socials, but maybe some companies are not well positioned on social media for those young people, or it's because a lot of schools tend to push the university route still. And that was one thing I experienced within my sixth form. They really wanted me to do university. It was me and one other person that did an apprenticeship. So I think that's one other thing.
And I presume, is there any student loan with that, or is it just, are you getting paid, or how much are you getting paid? Because the
So-
student loan thing at the moment is it's a car crash.
Yeah.
I look at my
Isn't it?
daughters, and they owe 50 to 60 grand.
Yeah, it's crazy in terms of like the SFE and everything
Yeah.
like that. And that's also something that put me off a little bit. But with the apprenticeship, because it's a degree level, your degree is paid for, so you don't need to worry about that.
Amazing.
And you get salaries for surveying level or just a surveying route of an apprenticeship tends to be dependent on region. So regions tend to be a bit lower than London, but it could start from like 23,000 plus in your salary, and it
Okay.
increases as well as you progress further. And yeah, so there's bonuses, different perks you
To
get.
me, the better way to go. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can convert people to that. Hopefully, someone's watching this.
Yeah.
Are you
Hopefully.
are you then? So you're pushing people to follow your same journey.
Yeah, so I do make social media content online. It's my name, Mary-Felicia, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. My video started off just literally sitting down, talking about what is an apprenticeship, different levels, how can you start an apprenticeship, and also top tips in terms of your interviews, applications, how to stand out, CVs. I do all of that.
Amazing. How important do you think your ongoing success? How important do you think the people that you surround yourself is with?
Oh, that's so important. I feel like they kind of say your network is your net worth, but not even just that, but people, you can be a sponge as well. So it's like if you've got a similar mindset to people that you're around, I can imagine you've got a lot of people on your social media route as well that you have as friends, like people that do social media, right?
More so
Or-
people that don't. More
Oh,
so people
really?
like Alex and just older people that guide me in the right direction and give me like philosophical advice.
And that benefits you, right? So
Yeah.
it's like that shit that naturally will alter your mindset. Maybe you didn't have that mindset before you knew Alex, and
Yeah.
it shifted for the better. So I feel like people you have around you is so important because it can influence you badly or
Yeah.
negatively. Not to say that all my friends are apprentices or doing apprenticeships. I'm literally still friends with my school friends that are doing uni, and they still have the same mindset as me. Like a university student can have the same mindset as me too, but they've chosen the uni route. So I think it's just about people you align with and like being selective of if someone's negative, just get them out your life.
I mean, you're probably, please God, going to be here for maybe another 90 years on this planet. How would you like Mary-Felicia Gomez to be remembered?
That is like a really serious question.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Have
What would I like
buildings in
to
your
do?
name. Yeah. Statues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think reach for the stars,
I
honestly.
mean, anything is possible, and I think I'm very ambitious, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should be a bit more ambitious than that.
Mm.
Um,
Do you
being
think you'll
ins-
look back on yourself now and think, God, what an idiot I was then?
Oh, well, back then,
Like in 10 years from now, do you think you'll watch this podcast
yeah,
and think, oh
I
my
knew
God, I can't.
nothing.
Yeah, I knew nothing. But
yeah.
it sounds like you know
definitely.
everything. It sounds like you got all the answers.
She will look back that way. We all
I
do that.
definitely
Even I
think
do that. I can
that.
look back 3 years and say what a muppet I was.
10
Yeah.
years from now is like insane. I would have progressed way further than I am now, like actually having the weight of advising lots of clients, not as an apprentice, but I'd love to have my name known more on an international scale too,
Yeah.
because property is not just, I understand my property career is more than the UK. Also, I'd love to do some impact in Africa as well in terms of real estate. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot of underdevelopment in
There's
Africa.
great returns out there, but you've got to be out there to do it, or someone's going to rip you off.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
do it the right way.
Yeah.
Potentially help with that knowledge gap too
Yeah.
in Africa.
Do you want to build like schools and stuff?
Oh, I'd love that too.
That would be epic.
Yeah, build schools, whether that's in my name.
Proper
in-
legacy.
Yeah, that's a proper. I want to build a school in Nigeria
Why Nigeria? Have you been?
because I've got so many Nigerian fans and they're all so nice. I want to go to. I need to go to Nigeria.
You should.
Yeah, they all seem
Everyone's
like-
going to Lagos.
Is it a hotspot at the moment?
It is at the moment, like especially last year, because they do things like in December, like parties and stuff. That's what it's known for. Africa's really good to go to in December. You want like a good like experience in terms of party and
Yeah.
yeah.
My friend actually went to Gambia and he said it was
Oh,
beautiful. He did. I
really?
think he did. Did he do a safari there?
Yeah, there's safaris.
I think
It's
he did
literally
one there.
wildlife all over.
Is it amazing there?
It's very nice. I went literally for the first time last year. Got to see the family home that my parents had been saying, "Oh, we're building this back home for many years." And
Yeah.
like, okay, finally got to see it. So it's like we know that they really have been putting in so much work building this house. It was like it's a massive house. Got to go like to the beaches. Got to see a bit
There's
of
beaches.
yeah, there's beaches because it's
Oh, so
literally
it's
like
west.
this is West Africa. Like Gambia is a really tiny little squiggle. It's just land surrounded by water, kind of very within, like surrounded by land. You've got Senegal at the top, Senegal at the bottom, Gambia right in the middle, just like a little squiggle. It's tiny.
Interesting. Is that a bit of a hot spot as well, Gambia? Do people go there?
People do go there. So there's a lot of people go there to see the wildlife, like with the safaris. There's a lot of people that I've seen there from Europe that are setting up schools and charities actually. Because what was nice is when I went, is I got to see a bit of the poverty divide too. So me and my sibling who I went with, we went out there and we gave like, families bread. Went to my mum's school she grew up in, and we went and gave them pencils and books and everything. We went with like bags for them. So it was really rewarding, and it kind of made me realize how lucky I am. And it reminds me of like a butterfly effect, because any decision you make can affect your generations to come. So it's like my mum never decided to leave Gambia because she wanted to do more for her life and she had high ambitions. I wouldn't be where I am today. My life would be so different.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't even be in existence. There'll be no Mary-Felicia.
Yeah.
So it reminds me like every decision you make actually has a big impact on like what's to come.
I would love to go to Africa and feed kids. And
It's nice.
is there programs that do that?
There is, yeah. There's a lot of programs. Can always give you some if you'd like to. There's even a big school group on my flight, and they would go into schools to give back as well. So I can give
Did
you
you do?
details.
You were married in Africa, weren't you?
Lagos, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I've done the whole African wedding.
you've
Had to
got to tell us the Lagos hotspots. then.
Yeah, no, I've never really partied there. I went there to get married, and that was it.
Wow.
What, you were literally in and out?
Oh, it was at the time when there were riots going on. There was almost a revolution, and I almost got. I tried to get to the airport, and I got hijacked by a load of rioters.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah.
What are they saying to you?
Well, they jumped the car and trapped us and all sorts. But in the end, they gave us an escort through the lines, and we got to the air. I made the last plane out.
Your
The
wedding
last
pictures are the best. I'm actually going to overlay them now.
Oh, I want to see those.
I've got them. Hang on. Let's have a little look here.
You really?
I do.
You have them on your laptop? Is that your Mac?
Yeah. Oh, no. They'll be on my phone. I've
Got
just got to get them up quickly so you can
Special
see them.
file just for Alex.
Alex wedding pics.
Really? Not sure they're even in my phone. Can we edit that?
Here we go.
Oh, that was quick. Oh, that was cute. When was this?
About 5 years ago.
Is it 5 years? No, it's not.
Something like that.
I was
It was-
working for you
it
when
was
you got
COVID
married, I
time.
think.
Huh?
Was I working for you when you got married? No.
Yeah,
Do you want to be married? How old until married with kids?
I don't know. Whatever God blesses me with. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, just literally whenever God blesses me with.
I'm in a rush.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are, aren't you? You're so in love.
23.
Yeah. I want to have kids. I want to get married first, which,
Definitely. I want to get married first before children.
well, I want to move out first. Have you moved out?
Well, I moved out. Are you with parents then?
Yeah.
I've moved out from my family home just because of the apprenticeship being in London.
Yeah.
So, but I am still with family though.
Yeah.
So I can actually save within the London
Wow.
market.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm not living with my partner before marriage. No.
Oh, really?
No,
No, I am.
I feel like I would rather do that after we are
It
married.
took me
and
to
we-
my fourth kid, and then I got married and had my fifth kid. It's
Okay.
complicated.
It sounds a bit complicated.
Yeah.
Mary-Felicia, thank you so much for your time.
Enjoy.
Thank
It's been great to
you.
get to know you.
And you.
I'll see you later. I'm just waving to you,
From the
Osmo.
DJI.
Is there anyone that you can think of that you'd like to nominate to come onto the podcast?
Someone that I would like to get on. There's so many great people in the property world.
And there's so many not great people.
Would you like someone more commercial focused?
Don't mind.
Anyone that you think would be
Yeah. Anyone who's going to add value.
Who's gonna what?
Add value.
and not
Add value.
boring.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
boring.
I think
Are you going to MIPIM, by the way?
no, but I did hear that you're
Loser.
going
Yeah.
and you're gonna do some filming there. That'd be sick.
You should go.
Well, I just need a ticket.
A ticket's expensive.
Is it?
But it's going to get expensive as a late booking.
Really?
Yeah.
How much are they like in advance?
Ask the PA. She'll do it.
Which month is it in again?
Next
A
month.
few weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
March. Okay. No, I'm not going, but hopefully one
Next year.
day next year.
Yeah.
Person I would nominate is Maxine Ajamang, and she has her own company called Moodwell, and it's based on she does interior design basically.
She's not related to Michelle Adjumang, is she?
I don't know,
She's a professional footballer for Arsenal.
maybe.
Okay, we'll see. Hopefully we'll have Maxine on. But
Also, another person is maybe Denzel Jones, and he's got his own property company called Denzel Jones Properties, with DJPS Lux, and he does a lot of prime central London buyers agency.
Okay.
And he is pretty sure he's 25 or 24, and he's doing amazing for his age.
You're a superstar. I'm glad that I met you because I'm
Thank
going to
you.
look back on this when you're doing TED Talks
Really?
and you got buildings named after
You'll
you.
be proud of me.
I will. I'm already
you.
proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
so much.
time.
It's been amazing.
Thank you for
Been a
having me.
pleasure. Thanks all for watching. God bless.